What's going on? Hi. How are you? So, there's a couple of you on here right now. I'm going to start talking. Good. I'm going to start talking about things like I normally do. And then if people want to, I'm feeling great. If people want to join on the screen, hopefully I can help people who don't know who I am. Help them remember that they can do this themselves. That's my goal. And since this is a trending way to do it, I'm going to see if we can do it. So I'm going to do a basic walkthrough of the house, of your home or whatever. And we're going to do a deep clean of soul fragments right now, which if everything is made out of moving molecules on this planet, not just carbon-based items, but of course like sound and energy and people and liquid, everything's made out of moving molecules. In that aspect, we can grab those molecules, clean them off and release them and send them to where they belong, their rightful owners. Now, I, as a lot of you know, use the terminology spirit. It's what I'm comfortable with because it reaches the most amount of people worldwide in a way that feels comfortable to them. But you can use any kind of terminology that you want to. So when we're grabbing these molecular structures just by a command point, it's like hacking into the source computer system, which this topic is a little uncomfortable for a lot of people because sometimes they feel like, one, that the matrix systematic thing is scary or fear-mongering, or it feels like it's sci-fi, or whoever believes in it is absolutely insane. The second thing is anybody who says that they study quantum physics, they are going to not agree with the way that I do things because they've spent so many years with mathematical equations trying to make sense of everything based off of numbers and systems that are already out there. So when I do something so simply and walk them through something so simply, it means that their entire life is a lie, and it is so uncomfortable. Another thing that people can't fathom, I ran into this yesterday when I say that we are so much more than we've been told, that humans are not just the lowest things on the totem pole, that we actually are able to co-create and destruct and create amongst the entire multiverse. So when I say multiverse, people get turned off. They go, no. When I say you're bigger than you ever thought you were, no. When I say it is a matrix system, but it's not what you've been told it was, no. So there's lots of things that people just automatically say no to instead of just trying it out for themselves. And a few of you that are already in here absolutely know, because I have, all those free healings out there, that this can work for yourself and how beneficial it is. Now, I was going to walk you through the house, but I guess I needed to start talking. There is, I'm careful with my language, okay? Because these coding systems that work in, and you can like untangle things from your energy field. You can untangle these quantum entanglements. You can also use quantum entanglements in the form of time traveling on your timeline to younger you through memories or through action on jumping onto your timeline. Or you can use it to see past lives even. And that actually comes in handy when you're trying to heal yourself. because there is the codings that we have out there, which are command points into the source computer system. And then there are time going back to when that ailment or that healing, shut up, Julian, going back to the healing moment on your timeline of when the event started. When did you get sick? What was going on in your life when this ailment happened? How can you rectify that? How can you gain answers from that? What trauma is stored in your body? The same way that stress can cause ulcers. It's the same way that emotions can cause a broken arm. It's the brain, the fluid of the universe, which is the water that is inside your body. All of it is connected. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and start walking you through just releasing soul fragments in your home. Shut up, Julian. Spirit, please undo that. Damn it, I had a water. Where the fuck did I put it? I left it outside. Fuck, I want my water. Damn it. I have to go get it. I don't want to. Okay, so we're going to walk through deep cleaning the soul fragments specifically in your home and through yourself. So I want you to envision yourself, or pretend is what it's going to feel like, even though imagination is just intuition. And when you're doing this, you're actually astral projecting to that place in your home, okay? So you're going to... Wait, I literally let my protection slip and illness came right in. I needed this today. Okay, so undo anything that you did. Say, Spirit, please undo anything that I did on accident or on purpose that was not in my highest good. There you go. I feel it working. That's the thing. Like, yeah, there's all these different, like... I don't know. I don't want you afraid. I don't want you afraid to do anything. I don't want you to be afraid to not do anything. You can undo anything. That's the thing. But it's hard to explain it unless I walk people through it. Okay, so I want you to walk through your front door, and we're just going to start taking... You know what? Let's keep this about the physical, right? You can heal yourself. Let's go to the physical, even though the house is like super important. We're going to do like the magic school bus, okay? And you're going to go... I want you to ask yourself to go, let's all go inside our lungs, okay? So in order to do this, we're going to use it like Google Maps. And we're just going to go, Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please take me to inside my lungs. Now, some of you are going to get a weird sensation of seeing, and some of you are going to get a weird sensation of feeling as we travel into your lungs. Okay, now inside your lungs. No matter what age you are, no matter which substance you've had, we've breathed in from smoking or from chemicals that are put into the air as humans. Just living in the world that we live in, our lungs are going to have some damage, right? So I want you to think of what tool would you use to scrape off gunk inside of a wet surface, just in the physical world, in the real, quote unquote, real world. What would you use to scrape off the gunk in a building or a space or a cave? Remember, this is like a fleshy surface. A shop vac. Go ahead and start using a shop vac if you want. Some people might use a putty scraper. Some people use a shop vac. Some people use a window washer squeegee. Whatever comes to mind. Some people might use one of those crummer things off of a cruise ship or whatever. Okay? So start going on the linings of your lungs and just start like vacuuming it off or scraping it off. And if you're scraping it, you're going to be scraping it into a pile. And if you're vacuuming it, it's going to be filling a tank. There you go. And you should start feeling it in your physical body, feel the energy of it, or some of you might see it. Okay, now that you have this like raw, pink, fleshy sides of the wall, you also have a big pile of crap that you just scraped off of there. What do you do with this big pile of crap? It's just like in your physical world. When you clean up a mess, you have to dispose of the stuff. There's a couple of different ways to do it. The way that we used to do it is just wrap it up in love, light, and forgiveness and divine justice and return it to its rightful owners. And that's great. You can do that. Or you can bank it for fuel for your moment. I learned that from watching baneful practitioners on witchcraft. Or witch talk. They would take the gunk, the sickness, the pus, the whatever, and they would use it to their advantage in their future working. So I've taken that practice, I've adapted it to energy work, and I have infused it into the way that I do things as well. But I do want to give credit to Witch Talk, because that concept wasn't out there, because I came from like a love and light Christian background. So I'm really, really, really pleased to have that information and use it to my benefit, and help others use it to their benefit as well. So take that gunk, that big pile of gunk that you have from your cleaning your lungs, and say, if it's in my highest good, feed it to my lowest dimensional form that eats it for fuel. And you're going to feel it go down through your body, or you're actually going to see like a lowest dimensional form come eat the food. Okay, so now we're still in the lungs. What do we need to do to, now that you've scraped all that gunk off, it's like raw in there. What do you think we should do to put the structure back? What do you need to put on there? What do you need to grow? What do you need to spread? That's what she said. Yours went out the forehead. That's interesting, because your lowest dimensional form might be up here and it could be here. Kate and I have discussed that before. It's just your lowest. Doesn't necessarily mean it's all the way down there. So I want you to take a bucket of stem cells. Do you guys remember the hair gel from the 80s or the 90s? Do you remember that stuff? The big bucket of it, or like tub of gel? So we're going to have a tub of gel full of our own stem cells. And what I want you to do is, however you want to disperse this on your lungs, you're going to either scoop it with your hand, or you're going to use like the vacuum but in reverse, or you can use a paintbrush if the scooping feels weird. I want you to start lining your lungs, the inside of your lungs, with stem cells. There you go. Okay. Luna, Chris, if you want to come on the screen, I can help you walk you through that, babe. If you want to. Okay, now that we've spread the stem cells, we want to make sure that we didn't miss anything. So we're just going to say, Spirit, please copy and paste this everywhere else in my lungs that needs it. Yeah, I like putting it on with my hands too. It just feels good. It just feels right. Okay, so some of you are going to have a system that you're going to need in your lungs. It's based off of like a drainage. Speed it up then, baby. If you have coughing a little and you feel a bit dizzy, speed it up. Just say, Spirit, please speed this up. There you go. Some of you are going to have drainage issues in your lungs, that it fills with liquid. Some of you are going to have like if you are a smoker, you're going to need something like a filtration system put in because of cigarette smoke or pot smoke or whatever you're using. So you need something to where this work that you did on your lungs, you don't have to keep doing it over and over and over again. This is something that you want to set up a system for yourself, but also clean your system just like you would clean the filter on your dishwasher or your laundry. So if you're going to have a drainage system, you want the holes in the bottom to be plugged in, but in a fleshy way, which sounds gross, and it needs to go down to your lowest dimensional form that eats it for fuel. If you use an inhaler, you can infuse your stem cells in your lungs with your asthma medication as well. I'm just letting you know. Like any medication that you've already taken, you can infuse your lungs with the appropriate medication that is needed to keep it regulated. So Everlast, why don't you try that? So whatever the name of your medication is for your asthma or for your breathing, say, Spirit, please actually take that medication, put it in your hand, and start putting it on the wall of the lung. There you go. There you go. You're actually going to have to infuse it in the canal of your throat and your up to your nose and your mouth as well. There you go. On the inside of the lung for this one. But for the asthma stuff, it needs to go up the throat and up the nose as well. And of course, keep your inhaler, keep your stuff that you need. Do not use this, like, always keep it on hand. Please don't go against what you're medically, whatever. I want you to use this as a structure to help yourself and see how it works for you, but always have the stuff that physically has worked for you handy. You don't want to just like, oh, throw it away, I'm done. Like there's things that need to happen in order to make sure that everything is working for you. We want your health is paramount, right? That is the most, yeah, okay. Like, I don't think you guys are idiots. I just need to, like, say that just in case. Like, just in case. But yeah, and copy and paste your, like, or apply your asthma healing to your, to you as needed. Okay, so the drainage system is there. You guys have that filtration system you put in, right? You've scraped out the gunk. You have infused it with stem cells. Some of you have infused it with the medicine that you need. Put a filtration system in place. Put a drainage system in place. Moved it up through your throat, your mouth, and your nose. Okay, so you can now name this healing to like an action. You can name it to a color. You can name it to a phrase. This is the way I say F3 key. This is a coding system. So Kate and I have discovered that anything that we do, we can make it available for future use. You can even just say, hey, that lung thing that I did on that live with Kat the other day, I need it again. You can do it like that too. It's just whatever feels more comfortable for you. So let's expand this further. So what you just did, even though it was centered for the lungs, it can, whatever feels right for you, Everlast, whichever emotion feels right for you. That action that you just did for your lungs, even though it was for your lungs, you can, I loved having you in class, Crystal. I loved having you in the class. This is kind of like a class right now. So anything that you did for your lungs, that scraping motion, that stem cell thing, the infusion of medicine, the drainage, the filtration, all that stuff you put in place, you can literally say, Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please copy and paste that everywhere else in my body conducive to what it needs. And you're going to feel it go everywhere. So there's some parts of your body that has residue buildup that it's scraping off, right? And infusing with the stem cells. There's some parts of your body, like your digestive system, that needs to be cleaned out and a drainage system needs to be put in place. There's filtration systems that need to be put possibly in what you ingest food-wise. Okay, you want to say speed it up. Your heart started beating very fast. There's probably buildup there. I don't know why I want to do this. Like a Roto-Rooter. I don't know why I want to do this. For the heart started beating very fast. Also, if you want to think of your energy body, so this lung cleanout that you did, this basic lung cleanup that you did, you can apply it to your energy as well. So you've got stem cells inside your energy. You've got molecules inside your energy. So you can say, Spirit, please copy and paste what I did with the lungs to my energy field conducive to what it needs. So what's that going to do? Yep, I got defibrillators too. Or whatever it's called, defibrillators. So that's going to clean out the energetic gunk. That's going to put a filtration system that's needed, a drainage system that's needed, infused with the proper stem cells that are needed, which match your auric field. You have those stem cells, you're born with them. So your energy body is going to be born with them as well. When you say conducive to what it needs, it's putting in the action that you already did, but adapting it slightly to the thing that you're using it for. So, you know how I have you guys use your house cleanse just for your physical body, not just your house? So, if you can understand, if you can say, we do have a podcast. Thank you though. Kate and I do live sessions every Tuesday, and then we upload them in our podcast. There's a quick link in my link tree, and we do this kind of stuff all the time. And we also have classes. Everybody kept saying we needed a podcast. So that's what our podcast is. It's just doing these sessions and walking people through. And we have about a little over 30 episodes now. If you can conceptualize that these healings that you make for yourself, you can apply it to more things. Okay, so that was your lungs, but we were able to apply it to the rest of the body. That kind of makes sense, right? And then to the energy field. Okay, I grasp that concept. Well, what else can you apply it to? What happens if you apply your lung healing that you just did to your finances? What happens then? Go ahead, try. See how it's moving a lot of stuff from the legs? So it's moving all that stuck energy, that residual garbage, that built up gunk. It's rejuvenating with the stem cells of the money itself. And it's putting in filtration and drainage systems. So whenever there was a money clog issue, yeah, it clears out the issues. Yeah, you can do it to your career. So go ahead and do it to your career. Please apply my lung healing to my career. And the future of my career. See how it's taken so much off your back? That's a lot of stress being taken off your back. Do you feel that? So when we think of healing physical issues, we always think of like the actual lungs itself. We actually think of like, if I have a broken arm, let's heal the broken arm. You go to the bones, the muscles, the veins, or whatever. And it's like, Kat, I did the things, but I can't get it to work. Well, what about the shit that caused the broken arm? What about the shit that's you did that to your career. You felt all that go off your back. Do you know how much pressure a cubic meter of air is? Think of how heavy that shit is. That's why they call it heavy shit. Man, that topic is heavy shit. Or the gravity of the situation is so intense. So all that shit is weighing on your back. If you can transmute it and clean it, you actually benefit your health quite a bit. Okay, so let's apply it to something obscure. How about to your social media? What happens if you apply your lung clean out healing to your social media? It's going to scrape off the garbage. It's going to rejuvenate it. It's going to clean out the molecular structure. It's going to clean out the filters. And that medicine part, if you were one that infused it with medicine, that asthmatic stuff, then it's going to be infused with whatever medicinal practices you use to benefit your social media. Okay, what about relationships? Communication pathways, dream realms, nightmare realms, astral realms. Does that make sense? There we go. Okay, so let's go into our mental space room. So you can apply your lung healing to your mental space room. You have all these pocket dimensions that you have inside yourself, but we're going to go in there. We're going to do a little bit deeper clean, okay? So you're going to do this kind of like a magic school bus. You're going to say, Spirit, please take me inside my mental space room. Is it a comfortable place to be with your thoughts? Is it a comfortable place to be with your memories? How much trauma have you stored away and been like, I'm not going to look at that? How much spiritual crap have you taken your high road on and just been like, I don't want to look at that. It lowers my vibration or whatever the fuck. It's heavy in here, right? A little bit sad. So how do we fix this? How do we organize this? It makes you feel sad. How do we organize this and fix it without having to dig through all that stuff? It's really overwhelming because if this is your mental space room and it feels like a dark, damp basement with lots of fucking boxes or closets filled of junk drawers, like of trauma and stuff that you don't want to look at, or you'll get to it one day or you never want to look at it again, how the fuck do we manage this and get our mental space room to where we not only feel great with our thoughts, but feel enthusiastic, feel calm, feel rejuvenated, feel creative? No wonder you guys have so much focus issues. There's so much shit back here, right? Kind of like cutting the strings on a helium balloon, but I want to do more than that for you guys, okay? I want to walk you through more. So let's go ahead and apply our lung healing. And if you just joined us, you can apply your house cleanse, or you can even apply the lung healing that we just made, okay? So we're going to say, Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please apply the lung healing that was just made in this live to my mental space room, conducive to what it needs. Okay, so even though there's a lot of boxes and stuff in here and a lot of hidden space, it's scraping a lot of residue off. This hurts, guys. Scraping a lot of residue off, right? Layers and layers and layers of just bullshit and toxicity in here. Spirit, please speed this up. Okay, so now that you have created a healing that is really impactful, you can apply it to different things that are a lot harder to get to. Stuff that you don't even want to look at, you can apply your healing to it. Does that make sense? It can clean up a lot. So you can do something super small and it can be massively impactful and it can help so much. So now that we've scraped off the walls and the gunk and all of that, we're still left with these boxes. So let's create a new healing, just like we did the lung healing. And this is going to sort things out. And we're going to do it in an easy way, just like we did with the lungs. And then we're going to create something that's so impactful and let that energy work for itself. Okay? All right, so I want you to grab a box and I want you from your stuff, like a nice, easy one, okay? This is going to have trinkets in it, like toys, just hopping on. What are you guys working on? Clean mental space room. Okay, we're inside our mental space room. So these boxes, I want you to grab a box from your mental space room, okay? You're going to hold it here or put it in front of you. This is going to have trinkets in it. Toys from childhood. Maybe you guys like crystals or rocks. Maybe you guys have, locks of hair or like your kid's baby teeth, like whatever the fuck you're into. It could be toy. It could be like clippings, like art clippings, or it could be tickets for movies or whatever. Just a box of trinkets, okay? Box of trinkets, another box for my trinkets. Okay, so inside this, I want you to pull out something from this box, and I want it to be something that you want to keep. Something that you love, and you absolutely know if you're organizing this little box of trinkets, this is one thing that you absolutely want to keep. It is yours and you want it. Yeah, doom piles, tons of doom piles. This one thing that you want to keep, put it down to the left of you on the ground. There you go. All right, in your little box of trinkets, what is another thing that you want to give to somebody else? You either got it for them, you were thinking of them, you want to pass it down, you think they would love it. What is something you want to give to somebody else? Put that on a pile in front of you. There you go. Now, for the purpose of this, something you want to throw away from this box of trinkets. Piece of trash. A dead bug. whatever is in this that is like, I don't want this. I don't know why this is here and this needs to go. A candy wrapper. Whatever the fuck. Just take it out, put it behind you on the right. There you go. Okay, so you have now created a keep, toss, donate healing based off of your energy, what you have focused on, what you want to keep, what you have focused on, what you want to donate, and what you have focused on that you don't fucking want. Now, all those piles of boxes and shit that are behind you, or in the closets, or in that dark, shadowy, scary place, we're going to say, Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please apply my keep, toss, donate healing to the rest of the memories and thoughts in this room. Okay. All right. So much better. So much cleaner in here. Literally feel cold air blowing from there. It feels like, you know, when like there's stuff blocking like air vents and stuff, and then you move it and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, it's like so fresh in here. Like you can feel all the air moving and stuff. So all that heavy, heavy work that you've been putting behind and putting back there and being like, I cannot look at this. I don't want it. I can't even begin to look at this shit. It is now like, I use the example of like, I just went through, my 9-year-old gave my 4-year-old their old toys because they didn't want to like go through them. So they were like, I'm going to give it to my little sibling and then I can play with those toys whenever I want, but I'm giving it to my little sibling. So cleaning out your mental space actually makes it to where you can do it in your physical. That's the thing. You clean all this out, you're able to finally do it out here. It's amazing. Yeah, you could do the healings as many times as you want to. There's no, like with this energy stuff, there's no like a limit. You can use them all the time. But I'm trying to walk people through like doing it themselves so that they have their own stuff available, but you can use any of the healings anytime, as many times as you need to. All right. So when I went through my kids, my 4-year-old's like box of stuff. Yeah. 4-year-old's box of stuff. I went through and I was like, okay, they don't play with this now, but these little Shopkins, you know, that are from like forever ago, I can see them, if they're into it, wanting to keep those little things. So like I went through and I picked out little pieces of garbage or hair ties or bobby pins or, you know, whatever trash was left over from the 9-year-old. I just picked through this whole big tub of things and just picked through all the stuff and left anything that could be worthwhile for my kid in the future. So that's basically what you just did. You just sent your healing through all the garbage and crap that had residue and buildup and stuff, because you haven't even looked at it. So you just threw it back there in your mental space room. Okay. So now that you're in this space, before we organize all that crap where it belongs, let's make this space comfortable. Let's decorate. Now that it's cleaned up, we've scraped off the residue, we've scraped all that crap off, we've rejuvenated the space. How do you make your mental space room the way that makes you feel enthusiastic, creative, peaceful, zen? How do you do that shit? It's kind of like playing The Sims. So you can either make an outdoor space or an indoor space, what feels more like you. And if you had all the money in the world, how the fuck would you decorate this place? What would the walls look like? Do it. There you go. There you go. What about the floors? What would the floors look like? I don't know why the floors hurt me. Man. Okay. What about a nice comfy place to sit with your thoughts? What would that look like? Do you need a creative corner that is meant for clutter? Do you thrive creatively in chaos? Give yourself a clusterfuck creative ass corner. There you go. How do you like to organize things? Are you a physical person? Do you like books? Do you like handheld things, items you can hold in your hand? Do you like it more digital? What about music? Do you store your memories through music? What about scents? How do you access your memories? What feels more comfortable for you? So if you're someone who likes physical stuff, you're going to want to put bookshelves in. If you are someone who likes things digitally, like you like to go through your Google Photos or your photos from like timeline things in Snapchat or Facebook or whatever, if that's how you organize your memories, you're going to want to put in a digital system. If you're someone who likes things by sound or by scent, maybe you need different incense to access, or different candles or different smells to accent or to pick up into your memories. Or maybe you need a music system. What do you like? Do you like record player? Do you like MP3s? Do you like a playlist on like a different platform? Like what do you like? What makes sense to you? Go ahead and put that system in. Now in this room, do you want natural lighting, artificial lighting, a mix of both? What about plants? What about art? What feels good to you? What about ceiling lights? There you go. Okay, now all those things you organized, we're going to let the healing do the work for us. Spirit, please put my thoughts and memories in balanced divine working order in my organizing system. You didn't waste 6 hours. You didn't waste 6 hours. I spent a lot of time looking through old screenshots, old TikToks, old videos, old series. Utilize that time. What do you do with it? Where do you go when you listen to those things? What are listening to those audio clips? What does that bring up for you? Moments to heal? Moments to reflect on? It's not wasted time. All time is now. So any time you use is not wasted. It's not wasted. You can even utilize it. You can even, like, that 6 hours you spent, you created a healing doing something. Whatever the fuck that healing was. It's never wasted time. Once you realize you literally cannot waste time. You cannot waste it. Okay, so now, do you want any like decorative stuff in here? Like, do you want blankets, pillows, stuff? Some of you, when you organize your memories and thoughts, it put little trinkets on the bookshelf. Like it put, statues and crystals and all of this stuff. There you go. Some pillows, throw rugs, throw blankets. Okay, now you need an inbox for incoming thoughts and memories, right? So people will, they'll throw things at you. You're going to need a box to sort that out. So you're going to put your healing that you made into it and you're going to sort it out. So what kind of inbox do you want? You want a mail slot? Do you want a computer download? Do you want a notification? Do you want an owl that flies through a fucking fireplace? Like, what do you fucking want in here? What makes sense to you? Put that in. Ow. Ow. Okay. And now that keep, toss, donate healing that you already made, let's go ahead and infuse your box with that. That's what she said. Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please infuse my inbox with my keep, toss, donate healing. So that's a lot of movement. You're going to feel a lot of movement from this one because this is all future memories and thoughts that come into your head. They're going to organize through your system. So they're going to get donated if it's for somebody else. It's going to get tossed away if it's not in your highest good. It's going to be organized onto your shelf or your computer system, your digital system, your music system, so that you can access it when needed. And that way, anything that comes in, it just automatically goes through and sorts it out based off of your own energy imprint and what you like. Yeah. Okay, so you've made this space really nice. So let's just add some protection to it. It's just not for fear, but just because we can, so let's do it. So, Spirit, please kick anyone out of my energy field, or no, please kick anyone out of my mental space room that does not belong. Please activate my mental space room's divine shielding, guardians, hey baby, eco-suit, exosuit. Hi, gorgeous. Love you too.
No. Mama. Mama.
Hi, Kissy Bae.
Mama, poo-poo.
Well, then I gotta go. Divine bouncers and cross all names off the bouncers list. Yes, Amethyst is here.
Come on, let's go.
No,
Mine.
she can stay. It's okay. I gotta get off to help her. Hi.
You want to go to the living room?
Yeah, I'll go to the living room with you.
Okay, come.
Can you go get another pull up and get everything ready there?
Mom, you want me to flush the deck?
Do I want to flush the duck? I don't know what duck she's talking about, to be quite fucking honest. Oh, she's watching Sarah and Duck. Watch the duck. I heard flush because of the other thing. Okay. And cross all names off the bouncers list that should not have access to me. Eco-suit and exosuit. Eco-suit protects against weather. Exosuit protects against like spiritual stuff. It's just something we've discovered. Kate and I discovered when we were working on a storm one time. We saw that there was an eco-suit and an exosuit, and we were like, oh shit, okay, well, fuck it. So it became part of our thing. Okay. I was really hoping to bring people on, but that's okay. I will do this again sometime. I also do this kind of thing in my classes, and I'm coming. Thank you. I do this sort of thing in classes every Thursday night, and I have pre-recorded classes, but I like to come on here and do some stuff for free sometimes. So anytime you can catch me on here, I'm going to help you.
Okay.
Okay. Then if you see myself or Kate and myself online, on live, we do all this stuff when we're on live for free, okay? All right. Okay, oh, and everybody's going to say, Spirit, please bring me back to my current vessel. Calibrate everybody, send them back. Calibrate me and send me back. And then we're disconnecting. All right, I got to go. I've got to take care of my family. Love you guys. Bye. Hey, but like I was saying, you know, when I first started that community or started my spiritual journey, because of all of the amnesia, because of all the contracts, because of all the indoctrination from society and religions, I fell susceptible to all of the bullshit. But I'm like a dog with a bone. I go and research, and not with books, but with past lives, with dimensions, with what happens if, you know, this happens or this happens, take me to see what this is. Is there soul contracts I can release with this? Are there soul fragments I can release with this? What locks and chains and cages are keeping me stuck? Well, if you break free and heal from your trauma, you're no longer going to have the same views that you had before. It should be an ever-growing process of finding your own authentic truth in that moment. Discovering your truth. Bye.